I teach what are called somatic practices. And the word somatic comes from the Greek word soma, which
Uh-huh.
means the living body in its wholeness.
Which is also
And
your company.
yeah, yeah, exactly. My company is called Soma Evolution. You can look it up, somaevolution.org. And we're all about generating transformative change. And primarily it's through practices, because whatever you practice, you become. So you're always practicing something, whether
Hmm.
you're aware of it or not. So the more you become aware, and that's really the first step, is awareness. That's why I say have people begin to become aware of what are the sensations that are occurring in your body. And you become more aware, then you'll have more choice, and you'll be able to choose different actions.
So you said something really powerful is that we hold on to what we want and we avoid what we don't want. And I think
Totally.
that's real powerful. That's another, there's so many things that you're going to get out of just the practice you're talking about right now, just the centering practices. And I do centering practices. One of the things that I find, and I is that it's an ongoing practice. It's not something you're going to master every day. It's not something that every single day of your life that you may do it, but it is important to get back to doing it as often as you can. How often do you do it a day?
Well, I try to have what I call a sitting practice or like a meditation practice. I call it a sitting practice where I'll sit for usually about 15 minutes every day and just take some, but it can be even 5 minutes, it can be 2 minutes.
Hmm.
And I just focus on my breathing. So many of us just forget to breathe. And what I mean by breathing is breathing from our bellies, really taking some deep breaths. And you'll notice, I mean, our breath is what gives us life. And most of us are breathing from really, our chest on up. And so by taking some deep breaths, that alone will help us drop into center. So I try to do a sitting practice. We could also make it a walking practice if you're uncomfortable sitting. Just go for a walk in nature and put your attention on the beautiful environment around you and just breathe and walk from center and notice how you feel. So being in nature is another great practice and it
Yeah.
helps us connect with the beauty that's around us and helps us remember that that we are part of nature and that even though we may feel really small, that we're really connected with something much larger than ourselves.
I think that's great. I mean, so much in today's world where everybody's just going 100 miles an hour,
Sure.
and just to have something to kind of slow you down every once in a while, I think that's really,
Yeah.
really good. And like you said, the goal is not to always do it, but the goal is to be able to keep coming back and coming back to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Once a good friend of mine, we were talking and about the slowing down, and he
Hmm.
said the slower you go, the faster you'll get there. Run, but it's like we're always want to go faster, 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 and sometimes we go so fast that we make the wrong decisions.
Oh yeah,
So if we
I
slow
agree.
down, we slow down our thinking, we slow down our bodies just a little bit, then we oftentimes make better choices,
Hmm.
and those choices will help us to get to where we want to go.
I agree. Who's the coach from UCLA? The coach that was forever. I can't remember his name, but I read a book. He said the book was called "Be Quick but Don't Hurry."
Hmm.
You know,
In India, they used to say, "No hurry, no worry."
no
So
hurry, no worry.
yeah, exactly. So you're always in a hurry. I really try to arrive early to wherever I'm going. So many of us want to get so many things done, get that last thing done before we, go to the next thing. And my philosophy is I'd rather get there 10, 15 minutes early and be relaxed and be able just to like hang out than be in a rush and then get caught in traffic and be late. So
Yeah.
for me, just, leave early, and have time that you can relax. And if you get stuck in traffic, put on some good music, just take some deep breaths. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But it's so
There's
much.
so
I
much
think. I think
stress.
it's not that we don't know these things. I mean, uh,
We just forget.
we just forget, or we're out
Yeah.
of practice with it. The whole concept, the whole idea behind Friends of Success, this website I'm starting, is that when I started to look at who I surround myself with, I just surround myself with some incredibly great people, and I'm always having just conversations that are just great conversations that remind me of stuff.
Mhm.
And sure, I talk about the Chargers or I talk about the Steelers or whoever, and I talk about baseball and all the different things that are going on. But I think if I look at my conversations, if I look at the quality of the conversations that I have so few conversations about football and so many conversations about transformative, concepts and ideas. And so what I wanted to do is I really wanted to, take the concept of friends of success. We are successful if we have our friends. If we have friends, That's what
Totally.
makes us successful.
Totally.
And one of the things I want to encourage everybody out there to do is to sit down with a friend of yours and have a deep conversation. I went out with a friend of mine the other day. We went out prospecting, and he's having a little bit of trouble with his wife. She's actually got some health issues, and I and if you guys know me, my wife had fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue for so long,
Mm,
and she was able to overcome it, and it was because of some of the different practices and some of the mindsets and the things that we did, and Eric, I talked to you about it, and you helped me a lot with that too. So um, I just want to encourage people out there to just, you are as successful as you have friends, and get out there and have some great conversations. And, the videos that we're going to do here on Friends of Success, we're not looking to do like these lectures or anything. What we're looking to do is to include you into a casual conversation that we have. And then in that conversation, hopefully feed you some gems. And Eric, I always call you Eric because that's what I know you as, Eric. And Rafe,
right.
that
Eric is my middle name,
Eric's
so
your,
I
yeah.
by Eric most of my life. I went and started going by Rafe when I was traveling, and when after my neck injury, it just felt like I was a different human being in some way,
Yeah.
a different person. So Rafe feels more authentic to who I am today.
I love that name. I love Rafe. I say it about half the time.
I know it's fine. A lot of my friends before my injury still call me Eric, and
Yeah.
it's fine. Either way, it's fine. But I just want to just real quickly say this thing about surrounding yourself with friends.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to have community, and it's also important to notice there's some friends in our life, maybe longtime friends, maybe new friends, that kind of drain our energy.
Yes.
Okay, and we want to like just be really mindful not to spend a lot of time with those people and really surround ourselves with people that are good energy.
Hmm.
And then the people that are teachers, we really want to surround ourselves with those people. And my friend, Rob Stewart, who's actually one of my caregivers and he's a yoga teacher, he calls these, in India, they call these Sukha, Dukkha, Punya, and Apunya. And a Sukha is somebody, like I said, who's a really good person, like you, Martine, you're definitely a Sukha.
Thank you.
And somebody I definitely want to hang out with. And then we have dukkahs. Dukkahs are people that kind of drain our energy.
Sure.
So you want to spend a little bit of time with them, but not a lot. And then there's apunya. There's punyas, and punyas are our teachers, and apunya are people you just want to run away from. You want to literally cut them out of your life because they will do nothing but suck your energy dry. So the more mindful, and I've recently done this. I've gone through and I had some really, old friendships that were just draining me, and I had certain caregivers that were just being like stealing from me,
Mm,
and
wow.
and kind of abusing me emotionally. And I finally just cut those people completely out of my life, and now I only have people in my life that are really supportive, and I can't tell you what a difference it's made. Like I have
Yeah.
so much more energy, I sleep so much better at night. Like my whole life has radically changed. So if you do that, just that one strategy is be really mindful. And my father told me this years ago. He said the 5 people you spend the most time with will influence you the most.
Mm.
So really pay attention to who are the 5 people you spend the most time with, because
Wow.
those people will influence you.
I'd love to do another video about the Sukha Dukkha, the Puna and the Apuna. I think that's a really, really
Yeah,
powerful. And
it's
then
good.
the concept of the 5 people you surround yourself with. But for right now,
Sure.
I just really want to thank you for coming on to Friends of
You're
Success.
welcome.
Yeah, I love you so much. You're an awesome human being.
Thank you, Martine.
And then how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah. So come to my website. It's Soma, Soma Evolution, somaevolution.org. And you can find me there. My email address is on there and phone and all that stuff. So come look me up. I've got a blog that I do, and I have a bi-monthly radio show called Reality Sandwich out of San Francisco. And there's podcasts on there you can listen to. And lots of other exciting things are happening. I'm starting a documentary film that may take me back to India. We'll see.
I know you
So
told me
lots of
about
cool
that. I'm
stuff.
excited about that for you. That's cool.
Yay.
Cool. So thank you everybody for coming on. I'm Martin Lopez for Friends of Success. And you can get a hold of me at friendsofsuccess.com or Martine at martinlopez.com. Thanks a lot. Take care. Thanks, Rafe.
Thanks. See you later.